Hello and welcome to the Back Nine Report, your go-to podcast for all things golf. Every week I'm alongside Fred Alvader, and today we're going to be diving into the 2025 PGA Championship, which is one of the most anticipated major tournaments of the year. We have a packed episode lineup covering everything from the challenging Qual Hallow course to the Contenders favorites and a few surprise names to keep an eye on. So grab your clubs and let's hit the fairway. Fred, hi, how are you today?
Hey, Carlos, fantastic. Finally getting some spring-like summer weather up here, up in 70s and 80s last couple of days. Beautiful. I played a little golf yesterday. Nice night, or on Sunday, actually. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to our next major championship. We've had the Players, we've had the Masters, now the PGA. We're in the really thick of the main part of the season. This is where it all really has to happen. And Carlos, nothing is sticking out here for these guys that are playing this week. You know, the Ryder Cup's not that far away. This will go a long way to cementing a spot on the Ryder Cup team, whoever does well here this week.
It does. And of course, player of the year could be decided there because not decided yet, but it's going to sway a little bit whether
Let
it's
me ask you a question.
Rory.
Thus far, who would you pick as player of the year right now?
Rory. Rory has to be. Even though Scotty for now remains number one, I think that Rory, with that Masters win and the way that he has been playing, I think he's the player of the year, but very close. So we'll see how it goes. So he needs to keep showing up in order to maintain that. So, but Scotty Scheffler, and let's talk about the players pretty soon. Let's start talking a little bit about the course because Quail Hollow is a course that demands precision and power. It is located in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a familiar stop for PGA Tour pros that host the Wells Fargo Championship annually since 2003. Aside from a brief detour in 2017 when it hosted the PGA Championship for the first time, that year the Wells Fargo shifted to Eagle Point in Wilmington, North Carolina. But Quail Hollow has also played a pivotal role in the 2022 President's Cup, where you can see it showcased its ability to host intense, high-stakes competition. So this course is iconic and known for its challenging green mile. Okay, those are the final three holes, which are some of the toughest finishing holes in golf. It has narrow fairways, thick rough, fast greens, and is a true test of every aspect of a player's game. And Fred, it is a place where shot making and mental toughness are going to be equally regarded. So, making it a perfect stage for a major championship, and that's what we are right now at the PGA Championship.
Yeah, Quail Hollow is a really good golf course. The fact that they're going back there, it's hosted so many big events over the years. It has nothing to prove. That 18th hole, we talked about that before with the creek running down the middle of the fairway. It's really, and then the green is elevated, sits at a weird angle off the second shot. It's really, if you need to make a par there to win the tournament, I would say it's 50-50 whether you get it done. You can easily make bogey or worse there. If you pull your drive a little bit, you're in the water, penalty stroke, then you're toast. So it's a really hard hole. The last three holes are very strong. The whole golf course is very good. Should be really fun to watch. We've got a great field, 156 players, 16 LIV guys in the field this week, Carlos, that's come over that they've invited or have earned their way in through previous events. So it should be outstanding. Really looking forward to it. Quail Hollow, like I say, has nothing enough to prove. It's a top class venue right up there with some of the best courses in the world. So with a good field, strong field, great course, should be wonderful.
It should be, and definitely we're looking forward to a stack complete field there. Uh, let's talk contenders, okay? As always, this field is stacked, but a few names stand out, and we have to start with Scotty Scheffler. Okay? I mean, he's the world number one and a relentless competitor. His consistency and mental fortitude is really what makes him a clear favorite everywhere he goes. He's a player who thrives under pressure. His ability to adapt to a changing course conditions is one of the things I think sets him apart. But it's also his ball striking is among the best on tour. His clutch putting has already secured him multiple big wins, including a Masters title last year. He has a game that checks every box. He's a tough player to bet against. He has this unshakable mindset and calm demeanor when there's high stakes moments. And to me, Fred, that makes him a formidable presence on the leaderboard, no matter the conditions. And especially now that we see with that big win a couple of weeks ago, it showed that he's back on top of his top form. And oh, wow, I cannot bet against him here.
Yeah, it's I really think it's going to come down to three or four guys, or maybe five possibly. But Scotty's definitely right there at the top list. He's 1A. I got a 1B for you. We'll talk about him next probably. But I think, we've been talking about Scotty all year so far that he's just not quite where he was last year. He was a little slow coming out. He had that hand injury over Christmas. He missed a couple starts, and so he didn't get to work into his normal form for the Florida swing, and it just wasn't quite himself. But I think he put all those questions to rest with that 31 under par at the Nelson down in Dallas a couple of weeks ago. That was quite a performance. He bogeyed 17, or he would have set a new tournament record. As it was, he ended up tying it, and so now there's like three guys that are tied. JT's one of them, and I forget who the other one is, along with Scotty. But yeah, I think he's back, Carlos. I think he is the there's two guys that I think are you have to beat, and you'll be pretty good shape. And Scotty is definitely one of them.
Let's talk about Rory. I think that if a player has a great history in Qual Hollow, this one is one of them. I mean, he claimed his first PGA Tour victory here. That was back in 2010, set the course record with a blistering 61 in 2015. He's a powerful driver and high towering iron shots. That makes him perfect for this demanding layout. If he can get the putter rolling, which is really what Roy has to do, he is as dangerous as anyone in the field. This could be a perfect opportunity for him to add to his major championship haul. He has a deep connection to this course, and Fred, to me, that passion for performing on the big stage, he's a much must watch this week, and I would love to see a final pairing between him and Scotty Scheffler going at it at their best. That would be record breaking watch.
Yeah, with like a three-shot cushion between them and the next guy down, and it's really just match play between those two. That would be pretty cool. And so Rory's my 1B guy. I know we're in agreement on this. It's Scotty and Rory all the way on this thing. The bettors agree they are the clear betting favorites out in Las Vegas for all the betting odds for those two guys. He's won here at Quail Hollow multiple times. He's played disc golf, of course, multiple times. Played in the Ryder Cup. Played in the or played in all the Wells Fargos and all the stuff that they've had there. So, and he's always performed well here. This is a good track for him, and getting that career Grand Slam with the Masters, I think that's put him in a new mental frame of mind. I think it's freed him up. I think it's taken a lot of pressure off of him. I think I wouldn't be surprised to see, and I said this before after the match, I wouldn't be surprised to see him to win one or two more majors yet this year, because when he's on his game, Carlos, he's better than Scotty Scheffler. He is the best player in the world when he's on his game.
Oh, we'll see what happens. I mean, the biggest thing that he has going for him is that big monkey's off his back of the Masters. If he would have been losing that tournament, the Masters, maybe in a close game, he let it go because he almost let it go. If he would have lost there to Justin Rose, he would have been devastated, and his mental fortitude would have been a question again, and he would have had to be answering those questions. But now he might be comfortable, confidence builder, and that definitely will be something to watch for him moving forward. I agree with you. Now that confidence could boost him to three, four more majors for the rest of his career. We'll see what happens because Scotty Scheffler definitely is that player to beat as well. So anyway, another big time player that we can talk about is Sander Schauffele. Has been one of the most consistent players in majors without a breakthrough win. He's finished in the top 10 in 10 of his last 20 majors. I mean, he has showcased his ability and performed on the biggest stages. if there's anything that I see that he's known for is his rock solid ball striking and clutch short game. He just needs that breakthrough here at Quell Hollow, challenging setup. I think he could provide that perfect backdrop for him because he has that relentless work ethic and ability to rise to the occasion. I think that makes him a genuine threat this week for it to win here at Quell Hollow.
Yeah, he is a defending champion. He's been the runner-up here at Quail Hollow in the Wells Fargo. He does really well at this golf tournament, but he's not been playing that well this year, Carlos. He's been getting it by. But I'm going to give you some numbers here. These are really surprising to me when I read these today. He is ranked 142nd in putting average this year. 142nd. That's
Wow.
terrible. 156th in one putt percentage. Okay. 161st in strokes gained putting. So his putting has been terrible this year. Okay. That is not what we expect from Xander Schauffele. He normally hits those irons in there close enough that two putts is a given, and he's going to one putt probably 30% of the time. And it's just not happening for him this year on the greens. So I don't like Xander's chances this week. It's yeah, you can fix your putting pretty quick. You know, everybody can putt. But when you don't have the confidence, when you haven't been doing it all year and you're coming into a major at a place like these greens are, I don't like his chances, Carlos, this week.
Yeah, it's like show me your form and I'll tell you if you really can play this week. And definitely he hasn't been showing he has that momentum coming in here. Contrary to like Scotty Scheffler. He was off at the beginning of the week of the year because of course his condition because the thing that happened in his hand, but he seems to be on the momentum rising. Sander hasn't shown that. So to betters there is like when you bet it's like show me if you are in form and then I'll go for it. And this is even though he has a big time player, big tournament player, he hasn't shown this, so I agree with you. It's going to be a little uphill for him, no matter how good he has performed here. Now, Jordan Spieth, he's the story because he's chasing that elusive career Grand Slam. His few players bring that same level of grit and creativity as him. He's going to be looking to join Rory and all that exclusive club of players who have won all four majors. Has been close before, and when he's on, which hasn't been that often lately, his iron play and putting can dismantle even the toughest courses. If he keeps his drives in play and stays mentally sharp, definitely I think he's a serious contender. He's known for his incredible shot making and clutch putting under pressure. So I think Fred, he has that flair for the dramatic, making him one of the ones to watch when the stakes are high. I just don't think he has form enough to win this week.
Yeah, we may disagree a little bit on this, Carlos. I think Jordan's been playing pretty well all year. He's been on leaderboards a lot. His driving has improved drastically. It's still not wonderful, but he is finding fairways and not losing the ball out of bounds and all that kind of stuff. And his ability to get up and down around greens, you know, that's an important part of Quail Hollow. You have to be able to chip and putt a little bit. The only thing that Jordan has not been doing this year, like he did like maybe 7, 8, 9 years ago when he was younger, is holding longer putts. If Jordan can find some magic with that putter and hole some longer putts and get that snowball rolling and get his confidence going, when he's on a roll, man, there is nobody any better than him at getting it up and down and figuring out a way to post a score. You know, I really think that, this, trying to close out a career Grand Slam, he saw how important it was to Spieth. That puts you in some rarefied air to get up with the names that have done that, because there's very few that have. A lot of great names that did not get it done. And Jordan is still a relatively young guy, but his chances of really being at his peak are getting less and less because he's in his 30s. So he's got a family, he's got other responsibilities as a businessman, he's got all kinds of stuff going on. So I I think Jordan could do well this week. I don't know if he'll win or not. I probably wouldn't put a bet down on him to win, but I see him top five. I see him up there in contention, Carlos.
I mean, he can win. I just don't think. I think he'll be in the top 10 this week, but he hasn't been like able to go over the hump in the majors. I know a lot goes with his injuries and loss of form and all that, but I would like to see him playing more up on this on the leaderboards. Yes, he has shown, but I would like to see him maybe with a couple of wins going into here. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he wins. I just wouldn't pick him as my top choice to win this week. Now let's talk about one of your guys. That's Colin Morikawa. Young Californian, one of the purest ball strikers in the game. Has two majors already under his belt, including the 2020 PGA Championship. So he knows he can win this tournament. He has proven he can win on the biggest stages. He has an amazing precision with the irons. That's his calling card. And if he finds his rhythm at Quail Hollow, the rest of the field better watch out because if there's somebody that's calm, composed, demeanor, and exceptional course management, that's Colin Morikawa. And Fred, your guy is a dangerous competitor and demanding layouts like Will Hollow.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Carlos. And I do, I do love Colin Morikawa. I think he's a fantastic player. I love his demeanor, his attitude, his calm approach to everything. I think he's mature well beyond his years. And Quail Hollow is not that much different from Olympic Club, where he won his PGA championship. It's a demanding golf course. It's tight. He controls the ball pretty well off the tee. He's a fantastic iron player. His things that let him down are his putting from time to time. So yeah, and maybe his chipping is a little bit suspect at times. I've seen him hit some real clunkers around the greens every once in a while, but I don't know that he'll win this week. But I always love Colin Morikawa, and if he would win, it wouldn't surprise me, Carlos.
If he gets going early, I think he can go all the way to contend on Sunday. So I think he needs a strong start to really contend. So this first 2 days are going to be key to me for him. Now let's see if we can have a dark horse. Yeah, go ahead.
I think we got one more guy we ought to talk about, and I maybe failed to put him in there for you, but Justin Thomas,
Mhm.
coming off a win, he, I think in 2017 he might have won a PGA championship at Quail Hollow. So he is a guy that you got to watch this week, Carlos. You know, he's trying to win again a PGA championship on a course that he won at before. So I think JT is a guy we got to talk about.
Well, we talked about him on the Masters because thought of him as a player that has been overlooked, right? Like you mentioned, he's a two-time PGA championship winner, which tells you, hey, he can win. He knows how to do it. And he won here in 2017. So uh, he has the style, his aggressive, fiery competitiveness. He has the complete game needed to tackle this event course. But um, I just think he needs to get more just like Spieth. I just don't think they're in the form to come here and get it. Can he win it? Yes, he knows he did it here in 2017. He has the game for it. One of the best iron games in golf. He has a knack for pulling off clutch shots under pressure. I mean, he has done it time and time again. So I think that if his putter gets hot, then I wouldn't be surprised seeing him winning here, but I can't see him winning yet. I was high on him on the Masters, expected him to do a dark horse type of player because he was being overlooked. But here, after seeing how he faltered there, I don't see him winning here.
Gotcha. I after what he showed me and what he's been doing the last few weeks, I think he's somebody to keep an eye on.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if it works out. But again, it's just like Spieth to me is just more. I expect more recent form than what I have seen. Yeah, it doesn't mean that they're playing bad. I just think other times when you see him that when he won this past two times in here in 2017, he was playing excellent
Yeah.
going into it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it works out. But let's talk about a dark horse alert for us. And I think we agreed here, Sepp Straka. 2 wins this year, includes that signature event at the Philadelphia Cricket Club. That was a strong field there that he beat. So it wasn't some chumps that he was playing with. And he seems to be playing some of the best golf of his career. So he could be a sneaky contender if his game holds up under the major championship spotlight. It's different when you're playing there, even though it's a strong tournament there in the signature tournament in Philadelphia, to play in a major. But he has power off the tee. He has shown ability to handle pressure. So it makes him a potential surprise here at Quail Hollow. Fred, I think that if he can find his putting touch, especially early, I think he has the firepower to contend deep into the weekend.
Yeah, I also like Sepp Straka. I We talked about it before we went on the air here, and he is playing. He is hot right now. I don't know that his game will hold up under a major championship condition. However, Philadelphia Cricket Club with that field, that's as good as it gets. I mean, you didn't see any 31 under at Philadelphia Cricket Club. That's a good golf course. The greens were really challenging, but there's tremendous break on those greens. A 2 foot putt might break 8 inches. I mean, they were having all kinds of trouble with short putts. I thought it was great, but getting back to Sepp Straka, he is playing exceptionally well. His iron play is really, really good. He's keeping the ball in the fairways, so he's playing that draw. Every once in a while, it gets a little bit over draw, turns into a hook, which draws tend to do, especially when you get under pressure and nerves. So and Quail Hollow is not a place you want to do that. You don't want to miss greens, off the left or off someplace because chipping and putting, you're not going to make a living doing that on PGA Tour. I got one more name for you, Carlos, is a dark horse. What about Shane Lowry? He's been playing. He's been on leaderboards all year. We haven't talked about him much. He's playing some of the best golf of his life. I mean, he did win an Open Championship, and it's going back to Portrush again this year. I'm sure he's looking forward to that, and he's ramping up his game to peak there. But I like his game, and he plays with he did let it slip away a little bit a week or so ago. There, he kind of choked a bit a little bit when he was in contention, but he's a pretty good player. I kind of like him as a dark horse as well, Carlos.
He's definitely one and one we talked about for the Masters. So definitely he's somebody that could do it here as well. And let's talk about the LIV Tour stars. I mean, we can't count them out either. And starting with John Ram, I mean, he's always a threat to his that explosive power and short game. Hasn't been showing it, but his fiery competitive spirit and all around game make him a very dangerous opponent. If he can keep his emotions in check, always this is what I talk about John and find consistency with the putter. He's a major force. We know he can do it. He has raw power of the tee. Pinpoint approach shots can give him a significant edge at Hollow. So let's start with him. What do you think about him?
You know what? John has not shown me anything since he went to live. I just don't. I don't think he's working as hard. I don't think it's competitive enough for him. I think he's lost his edge. And then when he gets to playing bad, he gets too emotional and just can't control it. I don't like him at all right now. He's got to show me something, Carlos. I don't like what John Rahm. I don't like where he's at right now.
I think he has been on a roller coaster because he was out of the Masters and he was in and he was out. So I think he has the game. Again, it's just like I mentioned, if he starts um, getting off a little bit, his mindset just goes out. And that's what he has to do. If he learns to control that, I think he still has the game to win here. But yeah, it's another guy that's not showing enough form to do it. So we'll see. Now, one person that we always have to look for is Brooks Koepka. I mean, he's a proven major winner. He plays for the majors. he seems to rise to the occasion when the stakes are at the highest. So his physical presence and fearless approach to the game make him a contender every major he goes. He's known for his steely nerves and a match focus when he's in contention. Fred, he thrives in the toughest environments, but hasn't shown that big form either lately. So again, he's another player. This one maybe more than John, that because we know that he shows up to win every major every time he goes into one, but he hasn't been that successful lately.
Yeah, I of the bunch of the LIV guys, we're going to talk about Bryson as well, but Brooks Koepka, I like up as one of the kind of the favorites actually. He's got to be seething. He just has not played that well in like in the Masters this year, and so not being able to get into players and some of the other stuff, and you just know he wants to do well. Last year he had a tremendous year on the in the events that he got into in the majors, and he's still a great player. He seems to be healthy. When he's healthy in a major, you can't count him out, Carlos. I really do like Brooks Koepka. Maybe he won't make the cut. I don't know, but he wouldn't surprise me if he'd come up and win this week, Carlos, as well.
Yeah, I always, I'm a horse racing fan. So there's a horse called Fierceness, and he was like, when he won big. When he lost big. So that's how I see Brooks. If he comes in, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised him winning, big time or just folding and just missing the cut.
Trump
And that's why
Slam
we
on
get
Friday night. Yeah.
Yep. Now let's talk about Cam Smith. I mean, if anything, he's known for his creativity around the greens, clutch putting, true wild card here. Has a knack for handling pressure and thrives in tough conditions, which that alone makes him a player to watch. One thing I love about him is his short game wizardry and fearless mindset. So anytime he goes into a major, he's a legitimate threat in any major field again goes back to what have you shown for me lately and Cam Smith, and that's another player that I would like to see more from him.
I agree 100% with you on Cam Smith. I would have him in our dark horse category along with Shane Lowry and Sepp Straka because he just has not done anything lately. He won that Open Championship, turned around and went to live, and he's won down in Australia, but we haven't he hasn't done anything when we've seen him other than that. So he's kind of like John Rahm to me. He just I don't think the Live Tour is preparing these guys to come into the majors. Yes, a couple of them have done pretty well over the last couple of years. Don't they have played well, but week in and week in, week in and week out, I think a guy like John Rahm, he needs that competition, living on the edge every week because you have to get to a point, Carlos, where it's just another round, it's just another putt. You can't be thinking about the consequences of the putt or the shot when you're hitting it. It has to be just another shot. And I think these live guys, the majors take on more importance to these guys because they know they don't have the OWGR points. So they have to do well in these things to get invited back again next year. Guys like Koepka and Smith and Bryson G. Sambo, I mean, and Rahm, they've got past majors, they still got exemptions. But that's going to be running out one of these days if they don't figure out a way to get some OWGR points. So yeah, Cam Smith to me is just doesn't have it right now. For whatever reason, I don't think he's going to do that great this week either.
Yeah, it's what have you shown for me lately, and that's definitely not much. Now let's talk about the game's ultimate power player. That's Bryson DeChambeau. As everybody knows, has transformed his body and game to hit the ball farther than almost anyone on tour. But what I love about him is still he has that analytical approach to the game, sheer power. Can't overpower courses, but he'll need precision and cool head to handle the challenging greens at Quail Hollow. And he let the Masters go off of his grasp. He had it there. He was contending, but definitely again, his aggressive style sometimes pays off. He could overpower Quail lengthy pars four and set himself up for a big week. But again, it comes down to how he's going to handle that pressure. If one thing he has shown with what we call Bryson 3.0, Fred, I think is that he is one of the fan favorites and he thrives on it. But even though he's thriving on it, he needs to keep it under control to contend on Sunday.
Yeah, reports early out of Charlotte is that the fans are just really excited about Bryson. They're all over him. He's engaging with the fans. He's being Bryson, doing Bryson things, and you know, with Bryson, can he keep his drives in a place where he can make a recovery? Yeah, he drove the ball exceptionally well in the Masters. I was really, but again, the Masters, there's a lot of open room to hit the ball, right? There's not that kind of room at Quail Hollow. But that being said, the guy has won 2 U.S. Opens. Now, again, Pinehurst is kind of like the Masters in the fact that you can hit the ball over the lot. It's wide open off the tee. The problems are around the greens there. So I don't know. Bryson may run into trouble with the long grass, the trees, the tight fairways. I don't know that he's going to win this week, but he's going to bring some excitement and he'll engage with the fans for sure.
For sure. And we'll look forward to that. Every major has its share of players flying under the radar. They're capable of making a serious run at the title anytime. So I'm going to give you three names to keep an eye on. The number one is Max Homa. To me, he's a proven winner at Quail Hollow. He won the 2019 Wells Fargo Championship here. He's known for his sharp iron play and fearless attitude in big moments. So, to me, he has the mental toughness to handle the pressure to win a major. With strong record recent here and confidence in big events, he could surprise this week. My second player, Sung Jae Im, is one of the most consistent players on tour. And one thing that is very important here is ball striking and precision of the tee, which he has perfect. He's shown that he can contend in big events, including the runner-up finish at the Masters. His steady game and tireless work ethic to me make him a very dangerous opponent. And for a demanding course like this, he has like the perfect game for it. And the third one is Tyrrell Hatton. He's a fiery competitive spirit, and he has one of the things that he needs, and I keep talking about it, is precise iron play for here for Qual Hollow. He has been in solid form lately. He has a kind of that aggressive mindset that can thrive on a challenging layout like this one. So, Fred, to me, his fearless attitude and sharp iron play make him a potential surprise contender.
Yeah, Terrell's a real player, for sure. We haven't seen much of him, of course, because of LIV, but yeah, he could be a factor. I'll give you three names. A couple guys we should have talked about. Ludwig Goldberg. We didn't talk about him earlier. You know what? I guess outside of Rory and Scotty and maybe one or two other guys, I think Ludwig Goldberg, could be a real factor in this thing. And also a guy that's been playing really, really well, Siwoo Kim. The guy's really been playing well this year. I kind of liked his game. And somebody we haven't talked about, runner up at the Masters, just missed out, in the playoff, Justin Rose. This is his kind of golf course. Keeps it in play, hits it on the green, nothing fancy, just, plod along, just play your game, let the golf course come to you. This could be Justin Rose's week to add another major to his resume.
He could, and he's one of those players. I think he benefited from being under the radar at the Masters, because all the pressure, he was off of that top flight, so he was just going off ahead of them when he knows all the pressure is behind him. So he definitely went with no pressure. Everybody was looking for Rory and Bryson, and they forgot about him. So he went there, and if something like that happens again, I wouldn't be surprised. He definitely, like you mentioned, has to gain for this one.
And he begged off last week. He rested last week or practiced or whatever he was doing. He said he was sick, couldn't play. But I think you're allowed to miss one signature event a year, and so he and Scotty took that one off. But yeah, I don't. I Justin, this could be a good course for Justin Rose.
It could be. So, all right, time for the tough question. Who's your pick to win at all?
I'm going to add one more thing here before we get to that. We got 20 PGA pros in the field. They qualified just 2 weeks ago on the PGA Professional Championship. I watched a lot of that. It was played at the two courses at the PGA Golf Club in Port St. Lucie. I've played both those golf courses, all three courses there. I played them many times. Love that place. The Ryder Cup, the Ryder course, outstanding. Good luck to all the PGA pros. We got one guy from Ohio is in, two guys from Indiana. I think a couple guys from Michigan are in it up here in my neck of the woods. So look forward to watch and see how those guys do. My favorites, Carlos. I mean, we've talked about it. It's hard. You can't bet against Scotty, and you can't bet against Rory. If you're going to pick guys, it's got to be them. And I'll go with. So I'm going to want to go over the betting odds too with you real quick. You've got Scotty and Rory tied at the top. Then way back is Bryson, then Ludwig, Xander, Colin, John Rahm, Justin Thomas, Brooke Koepka, Victor Hovland, Patrick Cantlay, two guys we haven't talked about that certainly could play well, but Hovland's been still struggling a little bit, although he did win this year. Patrick Cantlay, his putting normally is his strength, and it's not been all that great this year, but he's a guy that could jump up and catch a major. So I started to say my favorites, I guess, Scotty, Rory, the usual suspects. Yeah, I'd like to see Spieth get his career Grand Slam. I don't think it'll happen here at this golf course. It might happen another year, another PGA, but we'll see. But I like Justin Thomas still, Carlos. I really think he's coming in with a good attitude and a good confidence boost from getting that win. I think those guys are pretty strong, and I like Ludwig Aberg to be in the mix as well.
So yeah, my top five, I think is I have this. I think Scotty's just gonna win it. I know that Rory's been playing awesome, and he has all the momentum going. But that masterclass that he just did a couple of weeks ago was impressive. I mean, I am still in awe on how he was playing, and that gave him such a confidence booster that it just shows how dominant he can be. He can adapt to any course. I just see him winning here. Rory's definitely. I would love to see them go back and go head to head on Sunday. So he's my second favorite here. I have Ludwig Aberg for third place, favorite for me. And then my other two dark horses that I did, Max Homa and Sung Jae Im. Those are my three and my four and five picks to win. But again, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Justin Thomas, who you pick, would win, but I just don't see it happening. Just like a Jordan Spieth, I think they'll be in the mix, but I still think they'll fall short.
The weather this week, it's going to be warm. It's going to be in the 80s. They're calling for 88 is for a high on Friday, 86 on Thursday. There are chances of a little bit of rain, not a lot, on Sunday maybe. So I think we're going to be okay with the weather. They had rain early in the week. Monday it rained, and they closed the golf course actually on Monday. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be on CBS, and should be fun to watch. Carlos, we're really looking forward to it.
Well, if it rains, Hideki Matsuyama already practiced on it. So I don't know if you saw the video. It was pouring. He was practicing putting. I can't believe it what he was doing. But anyway, I don't know. You never play on those conditions. But anyway, he was trying. But anyway, all right. That's a wrap for this PGA Championship preview. Thanks for tuning in to Back Nine Report. Be sure to subscribe and follow us for more deep dives into the world of golf. Don't forget to share your picks with us on social media. So until next time, keep your head down, swing smooth, and play your best. See you in the back nine.